Good afternoon on what is a mild, bright and sunny day. It is Friday the 28th of February. I'm in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea and a box to continue unboxing. And what I've got here is a copy of The Golden Road by William Dalrymple, How Ancient India Transformed the World. So, India is the forgotten heart of the ancient world. In the millennium and a half from circa 250 BC to 1200 AD, Indian art, religion, technology, astronomy, music, dance, literature, mathematics and mythology blazed a trail across the world, a golden road that stretched from the Red Sea to the Pacific. Like ancient Greece, ancient India came up with a set of profound answers to the big questions about what the world is, how it operates, why we are here, and how we should live our lives. Today, over half the world's population lives in areas where the Indian religions are or were once dominant. The Golden Road reveals how Indian ideas transformed the world, crossing political borders to influence everything from the statues of Indian ascetics in Roman seaports to Buddhism in China and the observatories of Baghdad, to crucial mathematical concepts such as zero and even the very numbers we use to this day. Drawing from a lifetime of scholarship, award-winning historian William Dalrymple argues that India is one of the two great intellectual philosophical superpowers in Asia. Let's have a look. So William Dalrymple is the author of books such as White Mughals, The Last Mughal, and so on, looking at the presence of essentially Indian history and often the presence of the British and other colonial forces in India. And here this book essentially goes the other way. It looks essentially not how Britain or the other imperial powers affected India and the Indian subcontinent, but how India affected the world. And that is a story which obviously you don't get to hear about very often. So here we've got the contents page, and we have a map of what the author calls the Golden Road and the way that it spread the information. And the introduction is on the Indiosphere, which is essentially the sphere of influence, I suppose, of Indian culture and ideas. And we start off with a gale of stillness. And looks at various different subjects. I'm not sure what, I mean, it's not clear about what these are. It doesn't say, there's no subtitle there, so I can't talk about them per se. We have next, as I flip forward, India, the sink of the world's most in precious metal. And we actually have a map of the trading routes. Then next is the great king of kings, son of God, and again showing you the reach of India's influences, or influence I should say. I like the metals. Sea of Jewels, exploring the great library of Nalanda. So we have literary expansion and so on. And it's like this throughout the book. And it's going to be with some absolutely terrific photographs. Essentially of these pieces and these art styles being found, of course, at home in the Indian subcontinent, and then further afield, the influence on other regions around the world, such as, for example, these trade routes. We're touching deep into the Roman Empire. And exploring some of the sort of the archaeological discoveries made supporting essentially Dalrymple's hypothesis. And here we've got the tracking, sort of like the spread of Buddhism into China. And that shows sailing ship carved on the walls of Borobudur. Basically, such boats sailed back and forward on the monsoon winds between India and Southeast Asia, again spreading trade and knowledge. And there's these shots of it's spread into Southeast Asia. You've got the shots of essentially the largest temple complex, that is Angkor Wat. And actually, essentially, the book comes to a close. With the Treasury book of, with actually, just fruits of the science of numbers, the spreading of sort of like the mathematical concepts, you know, of zero and others, which would, you know, spread from India through the Arabic Peninsula and into Europe. Before we finish off with notes, actually got quite an extensive sort of like back section for the book, and the notes are extensive, as you can see. I've got more photographs, and the photographs are here actually placed inside in the notes rather than in the rest of the book. Coinage found from India, scrolls, and even spreading sort of like, you know, we'll get into a film like Disney's Aladdin. And the influence of Indian architecture, and you see the notes continue on the other side there as well. So in effect, basically, oh, here we go. I'm just noting physically that's the note. That there is the notes section in this book. Then we've got the bibliography, almost as long, a glossary of the Golden Road. So essentially you can actually look at the terms you're not sure about, acknowledgements, an index, and image credits as well. So it's a, you know, thoroughly researched book. Author's note, and even a note on the typeface used. And the author has his own blurb on the back cover. So yeah, that's the Golden Road. Basically the influence of the Indian subcontinent upon the world, basically approximately through the first millennium or so. Well, I do hope you enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box, typically containing a role-playing game, supplement or scenario, in this case a history book about the influence of India, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.